setting an example for my younger sibling, letting her know what's a good thing to do, what paths to follow, and just an example for her.
For me, I think it means kind of going out of my comfort zone.
Almost like turning over a new leaf for my family because nobody in the past has ever gone to college and it's a very new thing.
A grand opportunity to be the first in my family to go beyond just a traditional high school education and provide something better with my life.
I've always kind of really thought about college because it's something my parents always wanted me to do since they never got to.
I always wanted to go to college since I was in first grade. My dad works really hard and he comes home from work every day covered in dirt because he's a bricklayer and his arms hurt, his back hurts. And so as a little kid he would always tell me make sure you go to school so you don't have to do a job like this.
It's always been an option. My mom's drilled in over the years that yes, I was definitely going to college, that we'd make up the costs any way we can, but that was definitely going to college.
I've kind of always known that I was going to college. My parents kind of instilled that in me very young because of the struggles that they've had not going to college.
Honestly, I didn't start thinking about it probably until my senior year. I knew that I always wanted to go to college, but I just didn't know if I could. And then I just started looking for places and I found OU, and then I just knew this was it.
I wanted to be away from home just so I had a different experience, but I also wanted to be close enough that if need be I can get home soon.
But for me, being able to be close to home, be able to go to my little brother and sister's band events, and if anything happened with anyone in my family, I don't want to have to worry about not being able to get home easily. And so it was kind of distance, and then all of my friends were coming here and I didn't want to go to a strange place all by myself. I could never imagine doing that. That terrifies me, and that's one of the reasons why I came here too.
Go to was 1, they had my major. 2, they had the good financial aid that I can afford. And 3, had a good community.
I had a guidance counselor at school that was really helpful when I was applying to colleges, and really other than that though, I was kind of on my own, which was really hard because my parents had never gone through it before. I didn't have anyone to really rely on, so it was just I had to do a lot of it.
My school actually has a course that all seniors have to take, and in that class we all have to apply to colleges. And OU, every single kid in my graduating class had to apply to Ohio University.
Well, being a first-year student, my mom really didn't know much about the application process. So I was in my advisor's office literally every day, and I was a student aide for her. So it was whatever questions I had for her, we would sit there and talk for a good hour and a half about this.
Cost was definitely an issue. And I was really lucky that I got a lot of scholarships, and had I not, I would not have been able to come here.
Yeah, cost. I mean, I didn't know how to take out a loan really. I had to learn how to do that. I wasn't really sure what to do.
Cost was definitely the biggest worry because nobody in my immediate family knew what to do, but just kind of worked it out. Knew I had to accept that you're going to be in debt. You just got to accept it.
Yeah.
Before I started college, I expected college to be more you ever seen the show Blue Mountain State? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I expected it to be kind of a straight parties. I thought this was gonna be a straight party school. Oh, you walk outside your dorm, you're seeing somebody just drunk, walking or stumbling around. Which every once in a while you do, but.
What I've seen in the movies, I guess, I don't know. You learn, you get a good degree, you get a good job, and that's about it. I didn't really know what to expect.
I expected it to be actually a lot easier than it is. I thought it was going to be kind of a big party the whole time, and I knew that there'd be work, but I didn't have much homework in high school, and so kind of the writing papers and the homework aspect is a little more difficult than what I thought, but I've definitely worked through that and it's easier now for me.
just kind of living up to like what your family wants you to be. Since I am a first generation, like that means my parents didn't get to go to college, and so they want me to do like extremely well, and sometimes there's just pressure to like do what they want you to be able to do, and sometimes you just feel like you aren't going to.
I was intimidated because, you know, I have friends whose parents are doctors, and so like it was just expected for them to go to school, and they like knew what was going on, and they had the money to do it. But as a first generation college student, I didn't really have like adults in my life who had gone to college, and so like I was just really intimidated by the.
I feel like it's an obligation for me to show my family that I can make it in college, because my siblings have always been like a support group for me, and my grandparents too, and they always are so proud. Like they'll tell anybody, like, yeah, my grandson or my brother goes to Ohio University, and I just don't want to like ever let them down and say like I failed. That's like the worst thing I could ever do. Like,
And I'm a first gen student.
I'm a first generation college student.
And I'm a first generation student.
I am a first generation student.
I'm a first generation student.
Well, I'm a first generation college student.
And I'm a first generation student.
I'm a first generation student.
And I'm a first generation college student.
And I'm a proud first generation student.